Here we explore young people's visions of a poverty-free city in Tanzania. The narrative emerges from focus groups with young men and women from low-income areas of Arusha and Dar es Salaam. Arusha houses 1.3 million inhabitants, while Dar es Salaam is the third fastest growing city in Africa. Its population of 4.4 million is expected to increase to 5.12 million by 2020. Young people in both cities displayed pride in their beauty and attractions that bring millions of tourists each year. They highlighted the benefits of city life that draw migrants seeking a better life from all over the country. These benefits include better services and infrastructure, better educational and health facilities, more plentiful jobs, and spaces to realise young people's talents, whether these be football, drama, drawing, or art. But while these benefits exist, they are often inaccessible to the city's young residents. Widespread poverty, the high costs of living, poor quality schools and health facilities, limited support from parents and the community, and widespread violence all create very difficult life circumstances for urban youth. We asked young people their perspectives on the city. In both cities, we asked youth, "You emerged from a deep sleep in 25 years. What kind of city would you like to see?" Young people highlighted what a poverty-free city would look like. In the globally connected Dar es Salaam, young people referred to other cities. "We want to wake up and see Dar es Salaam is like New York City," was a very popular response. Others used comparisons with Los Angeles, Madrid, Johannesburg, and other UK cities. Across the board, young people painted a picture of clean, modern, and developed cities that offer better infrastructure, utilities, social services, improved housing, and importantly, employment opportunities for all. "For everyone to be enjoying the good life," summed up one group, "and for there to be no poverty anywhere." Despite cities having more schools and hospitals than rural areas, young people said that these social services were not available nor beneficial to all. Service quality is low, and low incomes mean that these are often beyond the reach of many of the city's poor residents. "We want to wake up to a good life," young people explained, "where there are doctors and teachers available." With city services and infrastructure unable to keep up with burgeoning city populations, universal access to piped water and electricity supplies without outages and shortages were desired by all groups. Young people highlighted that their dream city would have tarmac roads and better transport options across the entire city. In Dar es Salaam, they highlighted the need for more extensive sewage networks that prevented severe flooding each rainy season. They also highlighted solutions to the traffic jams that plague the city. In their visions of a poverty-free city, young men and women in both cities highlighted the importance of improved education, employment, recreation, safety, and love. Let's look at these in turn. Cities cannot meet the needs and dreams of its young people without improved educational facilities. In Arusha, I was introduced to St. Kayumbas, the local nickname given to government schools. This comes from an NGO marketing campaign that shows a young man called Kayumba struggling to learn about computers in a very poorly equipped school. The advert shows him looking confused in a classroom with no desks and no books, with one teacher drawing a computer on the blackboard in front of up to 100 students. St. Kayumbas were discussed with great amusement. Young people had found a way to create a parody out of the futility of teaching in very poorly equipped environments and the restricted life chances as a result of urban Tanzania's young people. So urban youth want to see well-equipped classrooms with lower student-to-teacher ratios and all students being able to complete their education. Against high entrepreneurial aspirations, young people also highlighted the importance of training in business, financial management, and technical or vocational skills. Jobs are central to young people's poverty-free cities, where young people are no longer struggling to find work and no longer exploited for their labour. Waking up in 25 years to find that every young man and every young woman has a good job and is working hard to the best of their ability was a dream common to all. This is not just about job availability, but also about the quality of jobs. Young people highlighted that Arusha and Dar es Salaam need bigger industries for job creation. They also outlined equitable employment processes so that young people don't have to depend on social connections to secure their jobs, or for young women to exchange sexual relationships for this purpose. With their strong preference for entrepreneurship and self-employment, young people also picture easier access to finance in their dream cities. This would help youth move away from tiny survival businesses, such as hawking cashew streets along roads, to running much bigger and more profitable enterprises. They also dream of market spaces allocated specifically to youth, so that they can avoid the police harassment that they face as street hawkers. The city is driving youth crazy, explained young men in Arusha. With large numbers of young people neither in school nor work, the frustrations accompanied by this subsequent waiting that they face is exacerbated by the fact that there are few spaces where young people can meet, where they can socialize, where they can play sports or games. Young men in Dar es Salaam highlighted that we need more places to play football, like Manchester. In particular, young men and women highlighted the importance of more youth clubs. These would help them meet dual needs, both of learning and of enjoyment. Alongside the games and the peer support networks young people can build through these, they also provide a platform through which young people can learn life skills and access information about sexual and reproductive health. Through this, such clubs help young people to build self-confidence, as well as to make educated and safer decisions. Young people feel that they cannot enjoy the benefits of being young, and these clubs and playgrounds were seen as very important spaces where they could escape the hardships of their everyday life, draw strength from sharing their experiences with their friends, and develop their talents. Safer cities, where young people can safely go about their daily lives, was high on the wish list of both genders. Both cities display staggeringly high levels of physical and emotional violence. Young women in particular face high risks of sexual violence, not only sexual harassment, but also rape and sexual grooming on the streets, at work, on public transport, and even in schools. So increased personal safety was central for themselves and their peers in young people's dream cities. This is closely linked with economic security. Where girls don't have enough income to meet their basic needs, they can often resort to transactional sexual relationships to meet these needs. Crime also threatens young people's livelihoods, exacerbating the poverty and the hardship that they face. Crime ranges from the petty theft of mobile phones to fears that business assets will be stolen and their livelihoods destroyed. Dreams of improved policing extend to a police force that serves rather than harasses their young city residents. Fears of police harassment were particularly prominent among men, and especially in Arusha. Here there was greater unrest after a recent spate of bomb attacks in the city. As a result, young men feared to be seen even in small groups of friends, without being subject to harassment or arrest. Young people also express their desire for greater peace and love. This goes beyond the ideals of Tanzania's Bongoland music artists. Waking from their deep sleep, urban youth want to find an environment in which people cooperate, volunteer, and trust and support one another. Closer to home, they want to wake up and find themselves in households that love, nurture, and support their youth. Household poverty and hardship, as well as changing household structures, has led to the gradual erosion of family values. Young people complain that parents send their children to do hard labour, that parents cannot keep them long enough in school, and crucially, that they don't provide them with the stability, advice, and emotional support that young people need. They wanted their parents to take greater responsibility over their upbringing, to be more accessible in discussing and planning their future options, and to nurture social skills and self-confidence through through support and encouragement. Young women in particular highlighted the important role of parents when it comes to improving their well-being through putting an end to practices such as early marriage, female genital mutilation, and inequalities in schooling and inheritance rights. "Good life never comes like dreams" was the disheartening motto that I saw written on one of the walls of a youth centre in Arusha. But despite the multiple challenges and the hardships that they face, young people are unanimous in their dream of a poverty-free city that brings social, recreational, and economic opportunities to city youth, and that creates a safe and supportive environment that allows them to realise their potential. Now we need to ask, what do we need to do to achieve it?